Hi Statesmen Nation, we are joined here this morning by Simon Brown, head men's soccer coach, as we prepare for the 2022 William Penn Statesmen men's soccer season. Coach, you guys, we'll back up, actually talk about last year before we talk about this year. Last year, chipping off getting up another rung of that ladder, finally winning a game, the national tournament, 3 straight national tournament bursts. Let's talk about last year a little bit.
Yeah, I described last year to our guys, in the middle part of the season, of us being consistently inconsistent. So we had a great start to the season, lost the game, won 2 more games, lost the game, beat the number 1 team in the country, lost 4 games in a row, then won 6 games in a row. So it's like, didn't really know where we're at. We knew we could be the best, and we knew that we could be the worst, and we were just trying to find the balance. That was frustrating for us. Obviously we had some success, but it was frustrating for us to know where we're really at, because I didn't know which team we were going to get on any given day. When we got that win of momentum, it was good, obviously, and then we lost the playoff game, won a national tournament game, so we finished the season exactly how the season went on. But like you said, winning that national tournament game was massive, and then being in that last game and to go to the national tournament knowing that we weren't there to make up the numbers is really important, because it shows that we belong. We're not just a team that's going to take part in the national tournament anymore. We want to go there and we want to compete, and I think that's the next stepping stone for our guys. And when we're reassessing our goals, the lofty goals in the past have now become expectations. So again, I think that's the big thing for the guys moving forward, is how can we set some higher goals to achieve those, as opposed to just, we want to make the national tournament and we want to win a game at the national tournament, and how can we really kick on. So we're trying to reassess how we do things and just hold ourselves to a higher standard to be a little more successful, bouncing off the last couple of seasons.
Definitely. Talking about strengths from last year and maybe what you were looking at improving in the off season, but that little stretch there where you guys did struggle offensively, it just wasn't happening, obviously. Right. Is that something that you guys looked at and said, all right, we have to figure that out, or is it just a minor tweak, whatever?
Yeah, I mean, we have some guys that are in the program already that we think are ready to take the replace Kenzies' goals, for lack of a better term. It's the hardest thing to replace is a goal scorer, and we have some guys that we think are ready. We brought in some new guys that are younger. Normally we go heavy junior college. This year we have a good crop of freshmen that I think will have a great nucleus for the team. So like, of the 24 guys that'll be on the roster, probably 12, 13 will be freshmen or sophomores. So again, we have a great class of seniors, not a lot of juniors. Don't really know where kids are with their COVID stuff, and not a lot of juniors, but we have a great crop of freshmen and sophomores. So that again, if we have a great season this year, hopefully, the future's bright for these guys, because the squad is there. So again, we have a great nucleus of guys for this season to work with. So yeah.
Sure. Outside of trying to replace Kenzies' goals, anything else that you were looking at trying to improve upon from last year to the future?
Yeah, I think everything. I think defensively, we 1 or 2 players that are coming back from injuries that we're trying to. But again, we have 2, 3 centre backs that are sophomores that again, that are in the program, so they understand things a little bit better. We're not bringing in new guys and asking them to do a lot defensively, and they can help. But again, we just have a good squad. We have a good team, and we have. I think that'll be our biggest strength this year is our depth, and being able to go to our bench and rely on those guys. I think will be really important, and it'll be really important at the start of the year to give the main guys the rest that they need, so that we're not pushing them early and then getting injuries and then being hurt. And again, just reassessing things from last year and how we did things, and probably pushed some guys a little bit too much, and then they cause injury. They're out for 4 or 5 weeks, and then that's when you lose games and you don't have your best players playing. So again, one of the things that we're looking to strengthen for this year.
Definitely. One final thing, I did not mention this in pre-show, but I was thinking of it just now. Big change for the coaching staff, as Joe Minton is now full-time coach, moving up from graduate assistant. So how integral is that piece going to be, knowing you've got this full-time person, and I assume it's going to have to make your life a lot easier as a head coach.
And I think Joe's done a great job, and he's come full circle. He went here for 4 years, GA for 2 years and now a full-time assistant. So he's got William Penn in his blood, and you can see that passion when he's recruiting guys to come here. You know, it's easy to relate to for the international guys coming over, because he went through that same experience, came here, was a coach here, and now has come full-time. So he's going to help us out massively with the varsity guys. And again, not just, oh, that's less I have to do. It's, I'll still do the same, but how can we do more? How can we do more things to utilise that position even further? And again, just an extra set of eyes, especially with the recruitment piece and getting new kids in, and then just on the field stuff, to have somebody here full time is really important. So it's going to be massive for us, and Joe deserves that after everything he's given the school and program. So yeah. Yeah,
definitely. We're going to talk about someone that bleeds the Navy and gold for sure. All right, let's talk about the 22 season. Let's break it down. If you want to go up top or start in the goalie, whatever, but let's talk about all the players.
So roster for this year.
Yes.
So we have coming back. We have in goal. Probably the most competition for a place is in goal. So again, we have 3 goalkeepers that any day could play. Harry obviously played in the national tournament game last year. Rafa played in the national tournament game against Kaiser in 2021. And then we have Mateus, who's a new guy, transferred to us from the spring from Northwest Junior College. So again, three good goalkeepers that are going to push each other. So it's always good to have options in that position, because it's just one of those positions you just can't get wrong.
Right.
You can't get that wrong. So again, we really feel strong in our goalkeeping situation. Looking at the back line, we have Luke coming back, obviously our starting captain from last year. He's actually coming back from an injury from the spring. So again, we're trying to get him back as quick as possible, and obviously keeping him healthy. Alessandro's coming back from ACL injury, so he started the game yesterday, so he's looking fresh. Eden Sears, another sophomore, at the back, and then Will Tyres using his COVID year, so again, a lot of strength at centre back. Outside backs, James, Lucas, both started the national tournament game last year. They're both back. Pushing the midfield, Aaron Keita's using his COVID years, coming back. Milton coming back from injury, same thing. COVID year, Thiago, again started the national tournament game last year. Then looking up to the forwards, we have Big Joe up top. Again, got hurt last year, is back. Hugo Lorenzo was a sophomore last year, was an impact player. We're just looking for him to be less of a role player and more of a, he's been here 2 years, he knows now it's his junior year, it's time for him to kick on. And then we have kids like Shannon, who were in the program last year, that helped us out, that they've all been there and they're all coming back. So again, great core guys coming back, and we have new kids coming in throughout the program that have been here that are going to help us, we really have a strong squad. And that's one of the things that we see with our guys this year is we have great depth. We have guys that we don't need to play for 90 minutes, that they can really push themselves so that we can test everyone else. So
okay. Let's talk about some of those new guys
yeah.
That are wherever the positions.
So just looking at the game yesterday, so Mateus played in the second game, the goalkeeper obviously. Across the back line, we have Ron from Israel, Timo from Switzerland. Mateo was here last year, helped us out on the varsity reserve squad. He's probably more of an impact player this year at outside back. Juan came back from injury last year, same thing, he'll help us out at left back. He plays for his national team in Andorra, so again, he'll leave throughout the season and then come back because he'll go represent his country. In the midfield we have Kamoy, help us out as well, he's been here for a couple of years. Centre mids we have Connor and Thomas from South Africa and Denmark, and then up top we have Maxime. He's coming back from he's a Swiss kid as well. He's got a broken jaw, so again he'll be out for next week, but we should get him back probably for the Morningside game. So again, he's going to help us out in scoring a couple goals. So he's one of those guys that we're looking to be a real impact. Ryan Louise plays for the U23, I think it is, St. Martin national team, and really fast forward, very dynamic. Freshman kid as well, so we got him for 4 years. And then Luigi was here last year, so he actually scored the first goal in the national tournament game as a sub. So again, just looking for those guys that were freshmen last year, helped us out to be more impact players going forward. So yeah,
a lot of new names, a lot of names we've heard before those, but just like you said, a lot of depth. So it's going to be really exciting. Moving forward and talking about the non-conference schedule, preparing you for the conference, there's a lot of teams we've seen in the past, but a lot of really good teams. You're talking Briarcliff in there, you've got Morningside, it's better. So go ahead and talk about that a little bit, how those games are going to prepare you for the hard schedule.
Yeah, we always play Morningside at the start of the year. We have a good relationship with those guys, and we know that it's a good game. So we test each other really well. Like I said, they beat us 2 years ago. We beat them last year. So again, both away. So we know that they're notoriously a great squad. They go to the national tournament nearly every year. It had a bit of down there last year. So again, we know it's going to be a good test to start the season. Then Iowa Wesleyan, we play them. It's 40 minutes away. Easy game for both teams to schedule. So it saves us those non-conference games where you don't have to travel 5-6 hours. Yeah. And then we play Midland. Again, went to the national tournament a couple of years ago, strong squad. And then we have Hannibal LaGrange out of the AMC are coming to us September 10th.
Right.
Worked out awkwardly this year with the conference. Everyone gets a bye week, and then the conference gets a bye week. Our bye week came on the conference bye week, so we were going to have a 10-day gap in the middle. Right. It's just too long for us to not play a game, and it worked out that was Briarcliff's bye week also, so they're going to come this year for the bye week, and then we'll go back next year. So again,
way back in October. That makes sense now. I was like, why were we playing Briarcliff in the middle of October?
Yeah, and again, it was just a gap that we saw. Yeah. I didn't want 10 days off, especially because the 3 games before that are Mo Valley, Grandview, MNU, so we didn't want having that game and then 10 days off and not know where we're at, so it's important to get that game in and fill our schedule, so yeah.
For sure. As usual, the Heart will be extremely tough. You've got 4 teams ranked in the top 25. You guys are sitting just outside the top 25. I'm sure there's some other potential dark horses behind us, but let's talk about the conference and where we kind of fit in.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how strong the conference was last year because we sent 3 teams to the final site. 4 teams, ourselves included, won the first round game, and 5 teams went to the national tournament. It's so tough. It's crazy how tough and competitive every game is. But this is why kids come here. They come here to test themselves against the best. They could go to other conferences and other teams and probably come first and second, and that would be fine. But you come here to play against the best, and I think it's us coaches in the conference say it's the best, and I think the other guys around, they know how tough it is. They look at our conference, and like I said, we finished 5th last year, and we were still a 3rd seed in the national tournament, right. So one of the top 30 schools. Yeah. So
top 20 when it was all said and done.
Yeah, in other people's eyes, and made that top 20. So again, you see how tough our conference is. But the good thing about it is it just gets you ready for those games. Yeah. So you know that if you come out of the Heart, one of the top 4 or 5 teams, you're ready for a national tournament game, and that's just what we've seen the last couple of years. So again, we just need to do a better job of staying consistent throughout the season to give us the best chance to push up higher in the conference, to give us a better seed and all that stuff. So again, that's where we need to be, and it's going to take a lot to knock off those guys up top because, like I said, they've got some unbelievable squads and unbelievable coaches. So again, we know how tough it's going to be, but this is why we're here. This is why we work as hard as we do to play against these good guys, because like I said, you wouldn't want it any other way. You wouldn't want to. These are the exciting games, those 1-0 games that you're grinding out a win. Those anytime you're playing against a team and winning 5-6, 7-0, it's not as exciting. You don't feel like as rewarded as earning something, and that's what this conference does to you. Genuinely competitive, and it's grueling, but it's extremely enjoyable.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap President up, put a nice little bow on it. Yeah. Anything in addition to just being consistent? Obviously, consistency, like you just said, is going to be key. But in addition to obviously keeping everybody healthy, that's always important. But what else is going to put you guys in a position to reach your goals this year?
Yeah, I think first and foremost is the consistency part. Like you said, I think that will, if we can do that and win the games we're supposed to win, and compete against the good guys, and beat those guys, which we have done in the past, and like I said, we know we can do it. And just looking at the schedules, we know how good we are. It's just we have to go back to back. You have to go and beat those guys. And look at that, like the start of the October schedule, we have Mo Valley, Grandview, MNU in a week. Yeah. It's a grueling week, and we can get through stuff like that. We'll be good. We'll be good. And I think we have a lot of returners who know the conference now. We're not relying on new guys to come in and get a rude awakening at the start of the season, which has happened in the past. So again, just learning from the mistakes of the last couple of years and how we can get better and really push for one of those top spots, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to win things. We're not just here to come 4th and 5th. As good as that is, you get a national tournament, but like I said, we're not here to just compete. We want to win things, and it's going to be that consistency part is going to be really important. Keep people healthy, staying disciplined, all those things are imperative.
Definitely. All right, thanks, Coach. Once again, Simon Brown, head men's soccer coach here at William Penn. The season begins on the 27th of August, a home game against Morningside. There's a lot of home games this year. You guys.
Last year was all away.
Yeah, they're all away, and they've
so
all come back here. I think there's 11 total home games out at Dross Field this fall, so a lot of opportunities to catch your team. If not, definitely catch them on the Statesmen Sports Network. Go to statesmanathletics.com for all William Penn related news, and we're excited to see what product we have this year.
Yeah,
So
appreciate it, Wade. Thanks for the support. Thank you.